And welcome back to what I think is part 11 of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. We're here with our friend, the anesthesist, and a poor little kid. And a jar of ether, and a scalpel. Let's talk to the anesthesist.
What am I to do?
You are testing me because I'm new here.
Sure.
Today's procedure requires the removal of the lower section of the subject's spinal cord.
What?
What is the purpose of such a procedure?
You and Dr. Mengel will process the spinal fluid from this and the other adolescent subjects. The fluid will then be used to formulate the serum.
The serum?
What is the nature of this serum?
I cannot reveal sensitive regime secrets in such a public setting.
Oh, the
Well,
bloody regime.
I remember my military training as well as my medical knowledge.
What is Dr. Mengel's position?
Dr. Mengel is the master surgeon of this facility and one of the regime's finest minds. You are fortunate to be his associate.
What is your function?
I will be administering ether to the subject throughout this procedure. We would not want this little maggot to stir and ruin your handiwork.
I cannot carry out this procedure.
I can see that you don't look well, Doctor. If necessary, Dr. Mengel can take over for you.
Let's nick his ether.
I'm sorry, Doctor. The ether is necessary for the surgery.
Let's nick the scalpel. Now we could be a complete monster and operate on the kid. Or we could kill the anesthesist.
Guards, come here quickly. Dr. Nimdok has gone berserk.
Yoink.
I must leave before the guards apprehend me.
Alright, we got ether. Now, let's walk to the recovery room.
This must be the recovery room.
Okay. Let's look at what has gone on here.
This patient will never recover. This patient has been too damaged by his surgery to live a normal life.
Geez, he's got... Ugh. This guy looks like he's missing a few
It is difficult to see what
limbs.
purpose this surgery serves other than to mutilate the patient.
It's interesting the perspective one can take on this when his memory is wiped like Nimdok's was. Aha! We're starting to get green.
I smell burnt flesh, but this is obviously not a kitchen.
Obviously not. We can nick this watch.
There is an inscription on the watch, but it is written in Latin.
Alright, let's take pliers. Look at... oh, there's records. Controls? I don't want to mess with those controls.
According to these records, hundreds of corpses were incinerated here.
Yeah. I really don't want to be here right now. Ah, that's where that other door went. Ugh. Hello. Pardon me, I meant to talk to you.
There is...
You can at least help. That would give you the pleasure.
That's going to be a theme of New Dog scenario.
How could you so foolishly be caught into fires?
I was trying to escape, but I was so weak. I fell and got caught.
Why do you risk escaping in such poor physical condition?
That timing was hardly of my own choosing. I learned that I was to be among the next batch of volunteers.
Ah.
For what were you being given the privilege to volunteer?
Experimentation, they say. Extinction is more like it. Surely you, of all people, know the regime's plans for the Lost Tribe.
The Lost Tribe. Let's summon one of the doctors.
I will summon one of the doctors.
No, I'm better off here than under the knives of you butchers.
There is...
You can at least... That would give you the pleasure.
Now, we can at least help his misery. Give him some ether.
Oh, that feels much better.
And can we cut him down?
I do not...
Yeah. Use pliers with victim.
Thank you. Listen, I heard this in the hospital when the doctor thought I was sleeping.
Oh?
Waken the sleeper, utter the truth, and kiss him.
Waken the sleeper.
He is free, but he has lost consciousness.
Utter the truth and kiss him. Huh. Let's talk to our old friend here.
I hope you're happy with the regime that you set up. Your science could have saved the world. Instead, it conquered it.
Huh.
What is the importance of the year 1945? It seems to have some significance.
Never forget the year 1945, Doc. That was when the truths about you and your unholy experiments came out.
I seem to recall that you speak
Can you read this
Latin.
watch inscription?
What is engraved on this watch?
The engraving says time's truth. And since your time is running out, I'll keep the watch.
I am starting to recall that you do have cause to hate me.
You want to make amends? Get me out of here.
Alright, then let's give him the pliers.
Here, you should be able to escape with this.
Pliers for cutting the wires? Yes, I think this would make escape possible. But don't think that one good deed will make up for all those poor innocents you butchered.
Well, we gotta do something, don't we? Let's save over our old file. Now, if we go back in...
Continue your research. The extinction of the Lost Tribe is near at hand. The regime shall vanquish all of its enemies.
Now, understanding the situation that we're in, could you understand what the Lost Tribe is? Or is meant to represent? Let's talk to this patient.
What have you done to deserve removal of your eyes?
Can we do that? give him some ether.
This should ease your suffering.
Possess a trinity of three beasts, one like us, one from the east, one from the steppes. They speak in number.
Well, that's odd.
A lost tribe of our brothers sleeping on the moon. They sleep in darkness, unseen by beasts.
Ooh.
Such a vision, so tiring. I have to.
That's interesting. The three beasts he was referring to, obviously, AM. The Russian, the Chinese, and the American supercomputers, which eventually became what we know as AM. What we didn't know about was the Lost Tribe on the Moon. We know what the Lost Tribe in this scenario is meant to represent, but the Lost Tribe on the Moon, hundreds lying sleeping. Anyway, let's take his eyes. Yay. I remember you.
How are you feeling?
I feel okay. I'm not hurt like the others here.
It's fortunate,
Do you know who I am?
considering what you were slated to have done.
You are more frightening in person than in legend.
What do you know of me?
The things you do are terrible. We small ones are your lab rats.
Are you saying that the doctors here have been using children for experimentation?
No, not all the doctors. You and Dr. Mengele sent all the good doctors to the prison yard.
Perhaps our old friend, the prisoner we gave the pliers to, perhaps he's a former doctor?
So, I am a legend to you.
Yes, but we have our own legends. Legends that owe nothing to your regime. You will fail, no matter how many of us you cut apart.
Why do you say that the regime will fail?
Because it's
The
evil?
Golem will finish you.
The
It will
Golem?
not be mastered by your regime. The Golem will wake up, and when it sees with its own eyes the evil you have done, it will turn on you and save us.
The Golem, eh?
Get some rest.
We will not rest until your regime is destroyed.
We'll see what we can do about that. We have a jar of eyes.
There is...
We need...
Emergency! The prisoners have seized the compound. Gather all research materials and evacuate to the bunker. Evacuate!
I'm going to save again here, because if we go outside now holding a jar of eyes, we're going to have a problem. Let's nick a box.
It is safely hidden in the box.
Now, let's go outside and face the music. These materials,
You must let me go. With these materials, I may be able to remedy the atrocities I have committed.
You can't fool me, Nimdok. You are an unredeemable butcher. But you are one of us, like it or not.
But why do you say that I'm one of you?
Why do you say that I am one of you?
You denied your heritage and turned your own parents into
What?
the regime. But you're still a member of the Lost Tribe. That makes your crimes all the more heinous.
Does that mean you will allow me to go?
Since you did help us to escape, we'll give you a head start. Then we'll hunt you down and kill you like the dog you are.
I must leave this place.